Forbes puts out its list and recaps the most successful, well, not even successful, the highest generating NBA teams, and for the year 2013.
Highest revenue generating.
The highest revenue generating teams. My English is the second language. The Miami Heat come in at number 7, obviously with LeBron James coming around and teaming up with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. That certainly helped their cause. They are worth $770. God, he's so high.
You think he's going to make that?
I don't know. He missed one a few days ago. $770 million. They generated $188 million in revenue. They're all fighting for the same rebound. The Houston Rockets come in at number 6. They are worth $775 million. They generated $191 million in revenue. There you see James Harden, a nice addition, along with Dwight Howard and a few others. Very quickly, hang on. 40% of Houston, only 40% of Houston gets Comcast Sportsnet Houston. So that could be another reason why they're somewhat down.
When we get to your top 5 here, it's all going to be determined by whoever most recently signed their TV contract. Because it's not merchandise. That's not even selling seats. You know, baseball is about to reach a point where it doesn't even matter if people go to the game, because these contracts, these television deals are so.
And the Dodgers got their own.
The Dodgers,
TV
everybody
deal.
did, but the Diamondbacks. The one reason why they went so hard after Tanaka, the Japanese pitcher, was because they know their deal's up in 2 years. They have an okay deal now, but they know what's coming. They're going to have huge money.
So getting into the top 5, the Brooklyn Nets are worth $780 million. They generate $190 million in revenue, a $101 million payroll, by the way, for the Brooklyn Nets.
They're starting to play like it.
Yeah, maybe. You know, you see Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. They also got the Jet.
Yeah, they won like 9 out of 10.
I love that nickname for Jason Terry.
But nobody ever mentions is Joe Johnson.
Yeah, he's been playing well. He's been playing well.
They said he's had six tries to tie or win the game, and he's hit all 6.
Is that right?
That's nasty. He's channeling his inner Arkansas Razorbacks days, as a matter of fact. The Boston Celtics, the lowly, sorry Boston Celtics, as Ben likes to put it. $875 million is their worth. They generated $169 million in revenue. As you said, Ben, they're kind of taking the year off a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to get a good pick.
Top 5.
And and they may deal Rondo. We'll see.
You think they're going to?
They may. They're certainly talking about it.
I don't think they will. Number 3, the Chicago Bulls are worth $1 billion. Amazing. I had no idea that was possible. They generated $195 million in revenue. They were top of the league in attendance for the 4th straight year.
I don't know who that guy is sitting closest to us.
Yeah, I don't know that guy.
Not familiar.
Did you see the nickname shirts?
Don't be a dick.
The nickname jerseys?
No.
You know, like the Heat were wearing the nicknames on the back of their jerseys.
Yeah. What was Derrick Rose's?
Crutches.
Oh, that's low. Who created that?
I don't know. I saw it on Instagram. It was pretty funny.
That's fucked. The Lakers, who you also pointed out prior to going on, they are valued at $1.3 billion. Their revenue is up $295 million. That's a big difference. And they also, as Ben stated, they got a huge deal with Time Warner Sports. Time Warner's cable with their own channel that is basically built around the Lakers. So that certainly helps. And then getting into number 1, as we all know, the New York Knicks, valued at $1.4 billion. Their second straight year being number 1. They generated, $287 million in revenue. Their average TV rating for the MSG network, 3.1. So,
which is good, but that was last year. Guarantee you, folks in New York, if they already haven't stopped watching, they'll stop watching now.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, they're bad, and they're not just bad, they're not interesting.
Do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
No.
No?
No, I don't. I bet they're under. How great is that?
That's a good bet.
Under 49 wins.
That's a good bet.
I think I'm going to get that one. I think I might clear that one.
Congratulations.
Gave up. I watched the game against the Nets on Martin Luther King Day, and they just...
Yeah, they looked terrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
They looked pathetic.
Sluggish and bad. Yeah. Did any of these surprise you at all? Either one of you?
No,
I thought the Heat might have been higher.
Yeah, but that's just, again, it's because of the TV contract.
Sure.
Miami's a shitty sports town.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really bad. So
how bad are we talking?
I mean,
pretty bad. They show up late to games.
Yeah, they don't care.
Oh, they sound like Los Angeles.
It's just
Except Los Angeles is more loyal than Miami.
Yeah, Los more loyal. Los Angeles at least has a traffic issue that keeps people away. But Miami, they're not. those teams aren't, the Dolphins with the Dolphins were one of the NFL teams that mattered, and they're sort of richly woven into the fabric of the NFL
But they love the
system.
Hurricanes more than the Dolphins.
Yeah, but they gave up on the Hurricanes too. Nobody's going to those games.
The games
watching.
are empty in the stadium.
I mean, and the Dolphins consistently get blacked out, and nobody particularly even cares. It's the Marlins get this new ballpark, doesn't do that well, and the Heat again, because they've created something special and magical with the Heat. So, but I don't know how many people are watching on TV. I'm sure they're doing okay, but it's not a great sport.
For a couple of years until LeBron leaves.
Yeah, LeBron leaves, then they'll be like, oh, whatever, that's over. They're not gonna.
I feel like with the Knicks, even though the team's kind of shitty, people are still watching because they love.
Yeah, the Knicks. We used to play a game, me and my friends, about like ranking the teams in each city about how much they're part of the city. Like, so like in Chicago, which is such a great sports town, it's tough, but what do they care about most? What means most to Chicago fans? And it's tough because it was probably the Bulls.
The Bears and the Bulls, I'd say.
Yeah, but the Cubs are like the Cubs. They're
the Cubs are there, but within the last, I don't know, 5 years.
Yeah, the Cubs have, but again, it's not. You can't go year by year, but you want to look at it sort of generation by generation. It can come back. But Chicago's really tough. But the Blackhawks obviously matter. White Sox are probably last,
absolutely.
even though the White Sox matter to a lot of people.
Right.
Well, no one wants to go to the South.
And what's amazing in New York with the Yankees, they were such an enormous part of that social fabric, and the Giants too. The Knicks might be number one in New York. So that's why
Mecca.
and that's why those numbers should still be reasonable.